to do that.
Morgan Freeman voiceover.
Yeah. Happy?
Yep. He's a perfectionist. That's from Damien Tiernan.
Because the background is very dark.
He's trying to get my good side, you see. If you search.
Happy? John, what's your surname?
Kelly.
Kelly. From where, John?
I'm from Oma.
How did you get involved in the Peace Choir originally?
Originally, I was involved in a Oma Community Youth Choir, which is a choir that was established after the Oma bombing, and Phil Brennan got involved with that choir, and eventually we performed at a wedding of a victim of the bombing, a girl who'd been blinded, and that was when we were all sort of initially brought together from Waterford down to Oma, and it sort of turned into what we have here today, I suppose.
Sorry, lads. What was one of your highlights today? What was one of the standout moments? Was it just the general sense of togetherness? Was there something that in particular got to you?
I think it was obviously very poignant, visiting the graves of some of the soldiers, and in particular the two Irish gents who'd died a couple of days apart, and really that gap in between represented the peace truce, and that was pretty obvious there from just looking at the two headstones. But even after that, I think for me, being involved in the choir, it's always about the music and it's always about the singing. So coming back here this evening to this venue to prepare and to rehearse the songs is the part that I always really enjoy, particularly when you can dwell on the maybe more poignant moments which we had throughout the day.
Good. Hold that position. Thanks. Go ahead. Full name, please.
Mark Sampson.
Very good. S-A-M-S-O-N?
S-A-M-P-S-O-N.
Very good. From Oma?
I'm from Oma, yes.
Very good. Yeah. How, again, were you singing beforehand, before the Peace Choir came along? Were you singing with John?
Yes, I was involved in singing with the Oma Community Youth Choir with John, and met John through the Oma Community Youth Choir, and sort of met Claire and Phil through that, and just as John has said, it's gone from strength to strength, and here we are today.
I know they talk about crossing borders and boundaries and all that. Like, has it been good? Has it been good meeting other people from different parts of the country and stuff?
No, absolutely. I mean, we've learned so much about just people from our own island. I mean, you can travel to the ends of the earth and find out all different cultures and never meet people on your doorstep, and this is a great opportunity to do that. People just from across the road or maybe across the country. We end up meeting people that we never would have met otherwise, and we get to learn where they're from and their background, you know, what makes them tick, and more importantly, we get to learn their side of the story, and we can see, right, well, they're not so different to what my side of the story is, and we can draw parallels between us, and that's what brings us together rather than pulls us apart.
Have you enjoyed today?
I've absolutely loved today. It's been fantastic. It really was a privilege to be part of the Peace Park today and sing at that and commemorate those who have given their lives in such horrible conflicts.
Well done.
Good man, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, Jill, what's your surname, please?
Gillian Gotzel.
Very good. Gillian, how did you get involved in this?
I sing with the Wolsey Singers, and about a little over a year ago, Phil invited us to come down to a workshop in Waterford, and three of us went down, Kay, Anne and myself, and we went down to the Edmund Rice Centre, and we were just blown away. It was just the most scary, wonderful afternoon we had. And it was quite funny because we learned the tunes and the lyrics and everything, and the words, and then Phil said, the Tullow women, because we're based in Tullow with the choir, you're allowed to use your scripts in the concert that night. You don't have to learn off by heart. Oh, thank goodness. We went in that night to the concert. It was in candlelight. We couldn't read the damn script, so that was kind of our introduction. But it was an amazing workshop and concert that we went to, and we came back to our choir in Tullow and we said, we have to be part of this. It is just mind-blowing. It's just, I cannot express how different this choir is. I mean, I've sung in lots of different choirs. I sing very badly, you know, I'm right at the back, you'll see me at the end. But this choir, there is something very beautiful about it, and it's definitely down to Phil, what Phil does. But he creates an atmosphere and an excitement and a sound that is totally unique.
Well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Happy? Phil, has it been worth it, all the effort?
Definitely. I think we're all numb by the experience, to be honest. It's a huge honour. Something happened when we visited the graves. It was like as if our lives connected in some way with what happened 100 years ago. To look at a grave of young Irishmen that died out here 100 years ago this Christmas, and to sing Silent Night as they would have done 100 years ago, and to see one grave on Christmas Eve and then one grave 3 days later, and know that in between was the Christmas Peace Truce. it's like as if we're sort of entwined with history in a unique way. I feel very privileged to have the group of people from around Ireland to share that sound with and to share this experience with.
And the choir was formed out of tragedy with the Waterford-Omagh connection.
Yeah, Omagh is a huge part of our roots, and even though today we've changed from the Waterford-Omagh Peace Choir to being the Island of Ireland Peace Choir, out of the tragedy that was the Omagh bomb in the 15th of August 1998, a group of people up there and a group of people in Waterford decided that enough is enough. We could not condone Southern nationalists going up to a northern town, planting a bomb, killing 31 innocent people in our name. We were appalled, we were shocked, and we felt that a new signal needed to go out where difference is good, where Catholic, Protestant, it doesn't matter, we're Christian, and where if we come together, that sort of sound that we try and create in the choir is a symbol of the message of the choir, where difference can be sort of unified into one sound. That's a symbol of hope, where when people come together and act in solidarity together, anything is possible.
It's a pity the Tulla ladies can't sing.
They're improving.
Die boodschap van vrede die daar eigenlijk ontstaan is helemaal.
Stood hard